Damn! Let's go, Commanders! We started off the Commanders era with a W against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, it was ugly. Okay. Yes, it was too close for comfort. But a W is a W, and I'm here with two of my fellow co-hosts of the DMVSportsZone channel, Abdullah and Evan. Guys, what a great game to watch. A lot of emotions, but Evan, I want to start with you. What is your quick thoughts on the game?
This game was so stupid. This game was so dumb in the best way possible.
Yeah. Abdullah?
I mean, like the defense started out bad in both halves. They gave up the field goal in the opening drive in the first half, touchdown opening drive in the second half. But I will say they adjusted well. They adjusted really well, like better than I thought they would. The offense, Carson Wentz looked chaotically neutral, I'll say that. Like he had a lot of good plays, had a lot of bad plays. But I think he did enough today to, if nothing else, like put the whole Wentz versus Heineke debate to bed. Because let's be real, fellas, with Taylor Heineke, we lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe by 10.
Yeah.
But all in all, solid dub.
Look at the Cowboys fan in here saying Washington almost lost the game. All right.
Don't y'all got your own game y'all got to worry about?
Exactly. Appreciate the support.
We ain't the ones that got to stop Tom Brady, sir.
Yeah. Well, I want to get to I don't deserve this comment a little bit later. But Joel, what are your thoughts on that game?
I always say they never make it close, but it seems to be always true. Literally, it was an emotional roller coaster yet again. And you said it before the stream, Naughty. Pat McAfee always talked about how Carson Wentz, when he was at Indianapolis, it was just you never know what was going to happen. And I really lost hope. I was upset. I didn't think he was going to bounce back. That first interception was his fault. The pass was so late. But the second one.
But it happens to a lot of quarterbacks, right?
Yeah,
so I didn't really like.
You know what it reminded me of? The first interception reminded me of when we played Wentz in Philadelphia 2 years ago. Oh, and Washington football team when I forgot it was Fabian Moreau. It just reminded me of the same interception where he just threw it out late. But the second interception, great play by Javon Walker. It was like 50-50. You shouldn't throw that pass. But that play calling was terrible. I want to get to Scott Turner, but initially, great win, 1-0. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Wow. You mentioned it. We talked about right before the live stream the Pat McAfee talk, and I kept that in my mind before even this game started. About Carson Wentz and the roller coaster experience that we'll probably get with him playing quarterback, the highs, the lows, and everything. But, bro, what a crazy game from him, bro. I remember tweeting first half, Carson Wentz was amazing. Like, he was solid. Like, he was very good. His stats showed it. But even beyond that, you guys know I'm not just a stats guy. Like, I want to see how these guys play, like, in live action. And he was playing really well for us. And it was a huge part why we were up 14-3 at halftime. But then, as is a common theme for this team in the last couple of years, out of the half, our offense was stagnant. We did nothing until the fourth quarter when our backs were against the wall and the Jaguars were forcing it down our throat. And they scored a couple of times. They were up, 22-14 at one point? Then Carson Wentz connected with Terry McLaurin, man. What a throw, what a catch by Terry. Just burnt the defensive back on that play. I believe it was Griffin on that play. And the safety was Cisco, the so-called speedy guy that was on TikTok for outrunning a bunch of guys in a track meet. Yeah, Terry McLaurin is even faster than that. And he showed it on that play. And then Jahan Dodson. I don't want to save this. I don't want to talk about this in my quick thoughts. I want to, give us all opportunity to talk about Jahan Dodson. But yeah, what a crazy game. Ebbs and flows for sure, and the rain did not stop the throws that were being thrown down the field on both sides. So, yeah, but, I mean, we can talk about Jahan Dodson. Let's start off with Jahan Dodson. What are you guys' thoughts on Jahan Dodson? 2 touchdowns, great game from the rookie. We'll start with the Bill on this one.
Jahan, man, the first touchdown was incredible, 2 feet down, and the second one falling down the adjustment. I thought the play was going to be a run play to Gibson, but Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron, just dial it up deep down. As that takes guts because it's your rookie that you're trusting. What a touchdown. 2 touchdowns. I don't know when that was a debut like that for this Washington team, especially when it comes to wide receiver standpoint. But I'm telling you, this wide receiver Samuel, Dodson, and McLaurin they're going to be dangerous.
Man, before I speak on Jahan, let me go back to the Terry touchdown real quick. You said he burned the TikTok guy, right?
Yep.
Hey,
well, he didn't burn him. The safety was late.
He gonna run away when it gets
The track star, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jahan Dodson, man, he went out today and he proved to us exactly why this team was right to trade back for him. And it wasn't even just a touchdown; it was a beautiful route on the touchdown. He was amazing in his routes.
Guys.
He had good hands, and just that one play where for the touchdown where he had to reach back to get it, readjust himself. There ain't too many receivers on this roster that make that play. Terry makes that play. Now we know Jahan makes that play too. And it's just amazing how we had Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dodson both get a touchdown in this game and in the fourth quarter. So, yeah, Jahan, I like what I've seen from him today.
Yeah, man. Evan knows it. I mean, Jahan's our guy. Jahan's Evan and I's guys. Like, I know right after when we were at the
he
draft
gave
party,
us a heart attack on that draft night. He better be.
I know. But, I mean, we've been hyping him up the entire offseason. If you guys have been watching our content the entire offseason, we made videos. I made a video talking about how Jahan Dodson, don't sleep on him. He's going to be arguably the best rookie receiver out of this entire – I didn't say arguably. I said he was going to be the best rookie receiver out of this draft class. And I'm high on him. And Jahan showed out, man. My gosh. He had that touchdown earlier in the game. Go ahead, Abdul.
No, I remember this. I always remember this. At OTAs, when we asked him has it been a hard transition from the college to pros, he said, nah, this, I don't want to say the word, it is easy. And after that, I was like, the confidence, hyping him up in training camp, it's just everything coming into play. 2 touchdowns. Jahan, loving it, man.
Yeah, man. And for as much as a lot of people think, oh, Jahan Dodson's a small guy, maybe he will use more in the slot, it's so ironic that his last touchdown was on a deep play, and he really showed his chops, his receiving chops, right? He fell down for the ball. It was a pretty good pass by Carson Wentz, but an even better catch by Jahan Dodson, a better adjustment. And, bro, I'm excited to see Han and Terry go at it over the course of the season. Terry was where was he for most of the game? Like, he was not being thrown the ball at all. Like, he had 4 targets at one point. I think it was early in the fourth quarter before that long touchdown pass, but he showed up in a big way with that touchdown. That hyped up everybody. Carson Wentz was amped up. The entire stadium was amped up. Han was amped. Like, everybody was, bro. And I feel like the momentum started to shift with that play. Shift back to us with that play. So, but yeah, I think one of the first comments in here was about Scott Turner and his play calling. So we have here somebody who thinks he's a bad play caller. We have another person, I think it was Piper Old DC, who says, I don't want nobody to complain about Scott Turner. You open up the playbook today. What are your guys' assessment of Scott Turner in week 1? And we'll start with Evan on this one.
He absolutely did open up the playbook. And, yeah, there were a couple miscues, but, hey, that's what's going to happen when you take risks. They don't always work. I'm just glad the offense wasn't conservative. They had multiple points where they could have been conservative and just say, you know what, let's just give it to Antonio Gibson straight up the middle, call it a day. But no, instead we see the route to Dodson to win the game. We see the deep ball to Terry McLaurin. We see Logan Thomas actually had a couple passes, couple targets beyond the sticks. Like, Scott Turner really pulled out all the stops today, and it was kind of nice to see. It was kind of nice to see the offense just not do the same 3 plays over and over, like run up the middle on first down, and then maybe a screen, and then if that doesn't work, something like in front of the sticks, and then just punt. Also, though, we got to talk about Curtis Samuel. Man's had probably a better game than any of us would have thought. Man was everywhere. He was on his
breaking ankles, bro.
I'm pretty sure he broke the ankles of everybody on that defense at one point or another. And did you see him in the backfield getting carries, bro? Man,
Yeah, for first downs
creativity
too.
with that one.
Yeah. I mean, going back to it being a gadget weapon, Curtis, we said he was the X factor, and it showed up today. Aside from that fumble, an amazing game, amazing. Like literally, all the haters are writing him off. This guy doesn't deserve to be paid. And even in the interview with JP Finley, he talked about how he wants to prove everyone wrong, and he did. And going back to Scott Turner, I'm not gonna lie, the second interception, I was kind of blaming him for that because the screenplay was just. I didn't know why the screens just, Scott Turner and screens, just the correlation is crazy. But it's just, I loved how, like, I want to talk about Logan Thomas. Like, I didn't think he was going to play this week. I thought he was going to be out, till week 4, week 5. Shout out to him, the former Hokie.
Sneaky fantasy pickup.
Yeah, definitely. And Terry McLaurin, I really thought Curtis Samuel was our only receiver at the beginning of the game. Carson was just looking at him. And then finally Terry got going, especially the long touchdown bomb. But Scott, I liked how, and this is what Noah said, another co-content creator on this channel, shout out to him. He said that if we use Gibson better as a receiver, it's going to be way more effective. And it came out today. No fumbling issues, run the ball well. And overall, if I graded Scott Turner's play calling performance today, I give it a B+.
Yeah, if Curtis Samuel didn't fumble the ball today, it would have been maybe an A+, an A performance. I think that fumble definitely hurt just because I had
to catch myself.
That was probably
Antonio Gibson on that one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah,
because I'm so used to that being Gibson. Bro.
I know, and that really shifted the momentum for sure to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I'm conflicted when it comes to Scott Turner. Yes, I agree with you guys. He definitely opened up the playbook. I mean, we saw plays that, especially for Curtis Samuel, that I saw there was a tweet earlier today saying Scott Turner waited a year to call these plays for Curtis Samuel. Like he's had these plays in his cards, and today he just put it all out there on the field. And I agree with you guys. He opened up the playbook, but at the end of the day, I can't forget what DC All Day keeps talking about, which is the second half adjustments, bro. The adjustments, there were a lack thereof, like in the second half, especially the entire third quarter, and then early in the fourth quarter. Offense did nothing. We were stuck at 14 points. We couldn't move the ball down the field. Carson Wentz was getting frustrated. And this was before the interceptions, before his interceptions. Carson Wentz was getting frustrated. The entire offense was getting frustrated. So hopefully next week we got the Detroit Lions, right? We're playing against them in week 2. Hopefully the adjustments can happen and our offense is great for the entirety of the game, right? Sure, it's the NFL. There's always going to be moments in the game where your offense is not able to drive down the field, or maybe you get a turnover or two. But I feel like it's been a theme over the last couple of seasons where in the second half, especially in the third quarter, especially, we just fall flat. And I hope that doesn't continue because our offense has the potential of being, dare I say, top 10. When we put up 28 points today, we have Curtis Samuel, we have Terry McLaurin, Dodson, Gibson, especially with the news that Brian Robinson might be back sooner than we think. I mean, Logan Thomas? I didn't even talk about him. Like, Abdullah mentioned him. Yeah. Offensive line? We gave up, what, 1 sack today?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, Carson Wentz, there was some times. Yeah. Go ahead, Evan.
You're not counting the one where, he got sacked on the 2-point conversion, are you?
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Yeah.
If that don't count, then, yeah, it was 1.
Yeah. It doesn't count in the stat sheet, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. But yeah. I mean, DC All Day.
He had a lot of time to throw today, though.
Yeah, I know that. Like, I really realized that in the fourth quarter when he was throwing deep passes to Jahan and to Terry. Like, I mean, sure, there were a couple times where he was able to evade pressure and the offensive line wasn't great, but for the most part, we kept him clean. We really did. And kudos to everybody. I mean, Wes Schweitzer was out of the game for a period of time as well. I think – I'm sorry. Oh, I want to get to this. I didn't mention this at the beginning. This is my rant. DirecTV, fix your Sunday ticket. I couldn't watch the first 30 minutes of my favorite team play their first game of the 2022 regular season. Not just first game of the 2022 season, first game of the Commanders era. Because if you're broken, put it in a word, insert word, system, okay? So fix it. But – on that point, I was not able to see the first Curtis Samuel touchdown, which I heard the offensive drive in the first drive was insane, right? Like was really good. It was very quick. You guys want to talk about that? Like just us starting off very quickly. Unlike,
it
maybe
was
in
a
previous
good,
seasons.
well-sustained drive. It was a good, well-sustained drive. Carson just kind of hit the ground running, and that's one of the sequences in this game that we're not really going to talk about too much, but it deserves the credit because Jacksonville before that had driven down the field, gotten the first points of the game, and that was one of the moments where this could have really went really sideways, but Carson and the offense were able to right the ship, get us the lead, which we were able to keep for most of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was amazing. It was very odd to see because usually opening drives we're just not good at. But
First game of the season.
First game of the season. It was awesome to see. And I want to talk about Carson. I really thought the game was over when the second interception happened, but he bounced back. All the haters, everyone, all my cousins were hitting me up saying Carson Wentz, a deer in a headlight, all saying that he's gonna crumble and fold under pressure. And he stepped up. He could have easily folded. And it was just amazing to see 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards, 2 interceptions. Yeah, definitely we can work on, but amazing debut for this quarterback. And I'm defending him, QB1 for sure. And I still don't understand. Evan, you talked about this. There should have never been a debate between him and Heineke. He is clearly better.
No, bro, even for me, with my doubts about Carson Wentz, I never even put Taylor Heineke into the picture in terms of who should be a starting quarterback here in DC. I'm not that crazy. But I mean, Carson Wentz, another player that I'm very conflicted on. We kind of talked about him earlier, but he shows you the great plays. He shows you the touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin where he threw it in the absolute perfect place in between 2 defensive backs. He shows you the great touchdown pass, even though Jahan Dodson, I think, was an even better catch. That was still a great pass, Jahan Dodson, and the end zone, right? But then he shows you the absolutely stupid interception that he threw on that screen pass, where I start to understand what he was thinking. Maybe the running back would just like pop out of that scramble. I don't know, but like that was a terrible pick, and it's very reminiscent of some of the terrible plays that he had last season as well for the Colts. So it's like I think we're back to square one, at least in my opinion, with Carson Wentz. In my opinion, he's in the 15 to 19 range as a starting quarterback in this league. But for a team like us that already won 7 games last year, that might be enough to win double-digit games, which Abdullah was thinking, which Evan was thinking. That might be enough to get into the playoffs, which I think all of us were thinking. So, yeah, but shout out to everybody in the chat. The comments are rolling in. I think this is a great nickname, Dodson. John
Dodson. Yeah. We gonna roll with that, John Dodson.
Yes, sir. Man, I thought like maybe he would start off a little slow just because of the preseason and we didn't really see too much out of him, but nah, bro. Two touchdowns. Our entire offensive receiving trio was great. Like Terry got a touchdown. Curtis Samuel was great, right? Touchdown. Did some things in the ground game and the receiving game as well. Was cutting up field and was breaking people's ankles. And then you have Jahan Dodson, 2 touchdowns, bro. Like, go ahead.
That was another reason why I think a lot of people were upset at Scott for like the conservative play calling in the third, because look what we have. We can stretch the field. We have Carson Wentz. We brought him here for a reason. All 3 of these guys are elite. Throw the ball downfield, and we saw what happens. And happened today. So happy about that.
Yeah. Mohammed Naeem here. Where you get the hats from? Abdullah finally got rid of the other hat.
Well, hold on. I didn't get rid of the hat. It's still there, but I had to get this, because the Commanders.
Yes, sir. You got to start off the era with a great new era hat. But yeah, I mean, I got it from NFL.com. I don't know where you guys got it from.
I got it the day the name was officially revealed.
That's tough. That's tough. Abdullah?
I got it from Target, and I also let me know when we transition to Jack Del Rio, because I need to get on him for a second.
Yeah, for sure. DC all day. McKissick is bro. I said this in a tweet. McKissick is such a smart player, bro. He's such a smart player. He does all. First off, he's underrated. Second off, he just finds the sticks every single time, bro. It's actually crazy. To have him paired along with Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson once he comes back, bro, I think our running back group is set for the season, especially with B-Rob coming back soon. But I don't know if you guys have thoughts on McKissick.
I mean, Evan.
He a dog.
We love him. He's a dog.
The D, like J stands for a dog.
Just you said what dog? Just dog?
Just a dog.
Facts. Absolute facts. Abdullah, feel free to talk about Jack Del Rio right now.
Okay, all right. The adjustments were there, but why the heck do we have Jamin Davis on Christian Kirk? I when I saw that, it blew my mind. And then the secondary, again, I love Kendall Fuller, always love my Hokies, but bro was penalties and Benson used early. Obviously, I want to talk about Derek Forrest. I'll get to him soon. But
we'll get to
the adjustments. Hopefully Jonathan Allen's fine, and when Chase comes back, hopefully the pressure gets there more. Lawrence, I feel like the pressure was there, could have been better. But Daron Payne with the batted passes, great to see, especially when you're like 6'3" and the quarterback 6'6". Great to see. And Derek Forrest, man, Cameron Crowe was out. A lot of people were worried about that, but that hit that he had, I'm not even kidding, guys. I'm not trying to bring him back to the franchise and disregard his name, whatever. But it had me at Sean Taylor memories right there, just boom, and I was like, wow, the interception was amazing. A guy that a lot of people are saying that he could go crazy this year, and with Cam Crowe coming back, we'll see how that goes. But overall, this defense, when it came down to it, got the interception, and it was great to see that.
And I'm gonna add on to what you said at the end, because we got to talk about that final drive for the defense. Like, that's the drive where Jonathan Allen went out, and let's face it, let's be real, y'all. When we saw 93 on the ground, our hearts just started beating a little bit faster. But then the next, I believe it was 2 plays after that, the D-line with no Allen, already missing Chase Young, was still able to get in the backfield and cause problems for Trevor Lawrence, and ultimately get him to throw a ball he never really should have threw, and it was right to Forrest.
And no Fedarian either.
That's how you step up.
Oh, I know Fedarian, yeah.
No Fedarian either. That was the first play I saw when my Sunday ticket was back up. I saw Fedarian Mathis on the crowd. I'm like, what happened? Second round pick out for the season, maybe? I don't know, but out for a little bit. That's the first thing I saw. But yeah, that's a great point, Evan. That's a great point. Our defensive line was still able to force pressure, even with Jonathan Allen being out, Fedarian Mathis being out, Chase Young already being out. Shout out to Montez Sweat. I mean, not only was he forcing pressure, he was forcing some pass deflections to Daron Payne as well. They both had pretty good games. We'll see if Daron Payne earns himself a contract with us again after the season. We'll see. But back to Forrest, though. Honestly, if I were to pick an MVP from this game, no, I cannot say the wide receivers that we have. Okay, so if I were to go with the defensive MVP that we had from this game, Derek Forrest, bro. Not only was he forcing hits and stuff, I feel like the thing with safeties is oftentimes the big hitters at safety are, unless you're a Cam Chancellor, are the worst in coverage, right? But Derek Forrest forced what, 2 pass deflections? You guys remember that 2-point conversion that the Jaguars attempted? He forced an incomplete there. He forced an incomplete, I believe, on a 3rd down play, I believe, as well. He was great in coverage. He was great stopping the run. I mean, we might have found ourselves another safety, another very solid.
Yep.
5th round pick out of Cincinnati last year.
Insane. And I don't know.
We're about to have a very good problem when Cam Crowe comes back.
Agreed. And he might come back next week. It might be very quickly.
Hopefully. So, again, the Jack Del Rio defense, playing back 5-10 yards, it's still annoying, but when it comes down to it, we made it happen, and his seat is still hot. Don't get me wrong, but he'll live another day, or another week, rather.
I mean, one game don't change that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, playing devil's advocate, we did still give up 22 points to the Jaguars week 1. But I get it. They improved, and we talked about that even before, or at least I did during the live stream before this game. Jaguars did improve. I thought they were going to put up points. I did not think they were going to put up this many points. I didn't think we were going to put up this many points, even though I thought we were going to win. But, yeah, man, what a game. What a game. It had all the emotions. We thought, bro, remember at the beginning of the game, bro, like when we were texting in our group chat saying, oh my gosh, me included, oh my gosh, it feels so good to have all parts of this team play really well in a game. When have we had that? Like, it's been a while and stuff, only for us to give up the lead and then actually be down by 8 points at one point in the fourth quarter and stuff. But yeah, bro, I'm just glad we got this W. Much deserved from this entire team. And yeah, as DC All Day mentions a good point. Might have to run more Buffalo nickel once Crowe is back. Maybe you put Crowe as I like Crowe better at strong safety, honestly. Like, even when Landon was here, I feel like Crowe played his best. Even going back to his rookie year, Crowe played his best. Remember when he was playing Buffalo nickel at first and he was in coverage, and then when Landon went out, he played strong safety, and that's where he picked up the 3 interceptions and was a great force in that secondary. I like Crowe much better at strong safety, so maybe moving Derek Forrest to Buffalo nickel spot might be nice, especially because he can cover really well. At least he showed that he could cover really well in this game. We'll see when we play stiffer competition in coming weeks. But, yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on that problem that we might have?
But it's just a real question of Cam Crowe comes back and somebody got to get benched. Somebody got to get benched. Like, is it Forrest? Do you still bench Forrest? Is it Bobby? Like, we know it's not Cam. Otherwise, this question wouldn't have come up.
Yeah, same thing with Evan said. It's going to be a good problem, but going to that comment, that's a hot take. I don't know if you guys agree with that one.
Okay, and let's go to the slot and put Depot back there. I don't know. Depot seems more like a strong safety than a free.
He's strong.
Yeah.
He is strong.
Speaking of strong, so that's probably why they didn't re-sign Landon. They probably, I feel like they hinted at Depot's role in this defense throughout the offseason, but I think they very much kept him under wraps. And this is the starting strong safety or high-end backup that they had in mind, I feel like. And that's why they let Landon go in the offseason, which makes sense. I mean, Depot is not getting paid at all. He's a 5th-round pick, but it's crazy, man. He surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. He definitely surprised me in this game in a very good way. But
it's his debut. Like, I did not expect that at all.
Yeah, for sure. All the guys who were debuting. I mean, Dodson, Depot, all these guys were balling out for sure. Okay. We didn't mention him, I feel like. But what about Jamin Davis? What is your guys' thoughts on Jamin Davis and how he played today?
He was decent. Like, he wasn't the best player on the field. He also wasn't the worst. I like how we used him in run coverage if nothing else today. Like, he showed enough to prove to me at least that it may still be early to pump the brakes on the whole Jamin Davis experiment.
Yeah, I agree. I guess the idea of putting him on a receiver, I don't like that at all, but I don't blame that on him. He almost he should have had a sack, but there was, I think, a pass interference on Kendall Fuller.
Yeah.
Still got to give him some time. Got to be patient. But overall, I liked how him and Holcomb played today.
I liked how Jamin Davis played today. He wasn't great. I mean, I don't know, man. He's still making strides. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's great that we beat the Jaguars. Great that we started off the 2022 season, the Commanders era, with a W and stuff. Let's see when we play stiffer competition how this defense plays, because we still did give up 22 points to the Jaguars. And we'll really see how Jamin Davis plays when we play even better offenses and stuff. But, I mean, Jamin Davis, we didn't hear his name too much in this game, which I think actually is a good thing because he's a linebacker and he didn't get burned. He didn't, you know what I mean? Like, he had some good plays, but he wasn't terrible. So, but the guy I want to mention, so Abdullah said, you liked what we saw out of Jamin Davis and Cole Holcomb. I did not like what we saw out of Cole Holcomb. Cole Holcomb gave up on that touchdown play after the second interception. That was all over Twitter. Oh my gosh, people are tired of Cole Holcomb and they're over him and stuff like that. I did not really like what we saw at Cole Holcomb. And I don't know, man. Corey from On the Warpath, we've been messaging back and forth over the last couple of weeks. Corey's been on the train or on the boat that Cole Holcomb is an average linebacker in this league, and I kept saying like, maybe he's like slightly above average. But as we move forward, like I'm starting to think that Cole Holcomb might not be what this team, this fan base thinks he is in terms of being a bona fide starting linebacker in this league.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Cole, like I still have love for him just because team captain and all, like late round pick sleeper. Maybe that second touchdown was just all momentum. Hopefully he fixes it up, but overall going back.
I mean, bro, he's the Mike. He sets the tone for the entire defense.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just it isn't excusable, but something we can definitely harp on. Is week 1, so move on week 2.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just glad we started off week 1 like this and not like we started last year with the Chargers and us just like not playing well at the end of that game and stuff.
No, see, now I feel comfortable. We win. We see the Cowboys play tonight, and we just root for the Bucs.
Exactly.
And it's like be real, y'all. Like, how many teams in the past would like in this same game would have lost?
A lot of teams led by Taylor Heineke.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Taylor Heineke would have lost this game. Dwayne Haskins, God rest his soul, he loses this game. Kirk Cousins might lose this game.
Oh, could definitely after the 2 picks.
Kirk Cousins might have lost this game.
Oh no, bro! For facts, that's a great point, Evan. That's a great point. But yeah, that's a great point. Last thought. Well, second to last thought. Moving ahead, week 2, playing the Detroit Lions, right? And the Lions, like the Jaguars, did improve during this offseason. We're going to be at Detroit, 1:00 next Sunday. They still have their faults. They still picked second in this year's draft, so they're not a great team by any means. What are your thoughts on that matchup and what we should expect out of the Commanders team when facing Detroit? We'll start with Abdul on this one.
Okay. They did play good against the Eagles today. I can't lie, but Jared Goff, solid, but you saw him today through
for the most part, the Lions did not play good against the Eagles. And then I don't know how they caught up, and eventually the Eagles only won by 3. But
yeah, that's the Dan Campbell mentality, just wait, just keep fighting. But they have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, your boy, and DeAndre Swift went crazy today. So Aiden Hutchinson, I think it's similar to the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're just gonna have to see how it plays out and just fix up on some things that we messed up today against the Jacksonville.
That game got trap game written all over it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, make no mistake, I do believe the Lions are a decent team, decent enough to beat a team like us if we're not careful. But I say this is a trap game because who do we play after the Lions? The Eagles, right? And there's the whole hype of the Carson Wentz revenge game. Oh, Philly didn't want him, this, that, and the third. And since that is the case, it can be easy to fall into this mindset of, oh, Detroit's an easy win. Don't worry about them. Let's just focus on Philly. We do that, we're coming back to Ashburn, coming back to DC 1-1, guaranteed. This Lions team, I know they have the reputation similar to what we have of, oh, they're going to find a way to lose because it's Detroit. But this is a Lions team that, like Abdullah said, they gave the Eagles a battle today. So they not going to lie down for us. Nobody's going to lie down.
They scored 35 points, guys.
Exactly.
Eagles defense
so if we want to win this game, we got to do the same thing we did at the end of this game today. We just got to go out there and take it. And I think we got the guys to do that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, man. My gosh, I'm just looking at the stats from that Lions game. Amon-Ra St. Brown went off. He was a fantasy. I wouldn't say sleeper. Everybody knows who he is, but I thought he was going to go off this year for the Lions. DeAndre Swift, almost 150 yards, touchdown on the ground. Jamal Williams had 2 touchdowns on the ground. I mean, sure, I feel like maybe the Eagles, without even watching the game, there was a point where I think the Eagles were up 38-24 or 21. I'm sorry. Yeah. So maybe they were playing a lot of prevent defense, or they put their foot off the gas maybe a little bit towards the end of the game, but that's no excuse. The Lions gave the Eagles run for the money towards the end, and they fell short by 3 points. So I agree with Evan. we cannot take the Lions lightly next week. I don't think we will with Rivera as coach and with the type of guys that we have on this team right now. But yeah, we're playing in Detroit, right? So the Lions will have the home field advantage. But I do still, without even getting into more specifics, because we'll talk about it as the week goes along, but I do still have us winning against Detroit next week. And hopefully we'll start 2-0, start off our season strong before the rougher parts of our schedule start. But two last things I want to talk about. So we didn't really mention him too much. We kind of did, but we can talk more about him because Roger Smith asked. Jonathan Allen, my boy, Jonathan Allen, had a sack today, was a great player for us, still a great player for us, but he went out with an injury, and you know it's bad given that when it happened, right? We did not want to stop the clock at all at that point. Remember how, like, you know, we were so excited that our the defensive back, like, allowed, you know, a receiver from the Jaguars to stay in bounds on that play, and we were like, run the clock, and then Jonathan Allen was down on the ground. Also, we know Jonathan Allen doesn't go out for small injuries and stuff. So how bad do you think Allen's injury is? Do you think it's just a cramp like some people think, or do you think, you know, it could be something serious? What are your thoughts on that, and how big of a potential loss that might be for us?
From what I hear, he was able to walk off under his own power. So if that's the case, then that allows me to at least like exhale for now. If that's a loss, like if we do in fact lose him for at least a game, that's a big blow. Because let's be real, as much as Jonathan Allen gives us on the field, he gives us even more, if not, so he gives us just as much, if not more, as a locker room presence, as a leader. So to lose that on the field is going to have an impact on the rest of the guys.
Isn't he like the first captain on the defense? Like,
Yes.
I don't know what the stars mean and stuff, but he has the most stars. So I'm assuming he's like the first captain on the defense and stuff. So yeah, I agree with you there. Good luck.
Is it confirmed that Mathis is out? I don't know.
Injury looked bad, bro.
Yeah, it got Carter off too. But Allen, I'm hoping it's a cramp, and if he's out, it's gonna hurt a lot. But also, talking about Allen played great today. I'll talk about him more. Daron Payne. He had, I think, 2 pass deflections or 3. That's great to
One
see.
on a wide open play.
Yeah,
the Jaguars. Like, that would have been.
And a lot of people were writing him out the wall because, you know, the whole stuff that happened this offseason, wanting to trade him or not. But he played a huge part today, and hopefully Allen is healthy. And those two together are amazing. When Chase comes back, look out.
Yeah. Mathis. Yeah, I mean, he had I think a hyperextended knee. Again, it sucks. That was the first thing I saw from the game when I turned it on. But yeah, hyperextended knee. Hopefully, at the most, he's out for a couple weeks. Maybe he plays next week. We'll see. But hopefully, he's not out for too long. And Allen, yeah, that's great news that Evan just shared that he was walking on his own and stuff. Yeah, he's our best defensive player. I've been saying that even with Chase Young's great rookie season and stuff. Like, I've been on this train for a while, and I hope Allen comes back because our defense really revolves around him. Yes, he's an interior defensive lineman, but it's facts. It's facts. Our pressure, the captain, like the leadership that he brings to the table, like everything revolves around him on our defense, much like it does with Carson Wentz on our offense, right? But last question I wanted to ask you guys, just a look around the NFL. What are some intriguing things that you saw from like the other games? Maybe not saw because we were watching the Commanders game, but read about some scores that you thought were surprising. Like, just, I guess, overall takes from week 1 thus far in the NFL season.
In the words of Russell Westbrook, New Orleans Saints trick y'all, man. Like, I don't care if they came back. I don't care if they won. The Falcons they might be the worst team in the league. And New Orleans was down by 16 to this team. And now I'm kind of like doubting the Saints too, because how do you lose to the Bears, bro? All that talent on your team, and you lose to the Bears. Because with New Orleans, it's like it's not New Orleans. With San Francisco, it's like if the Niners don't really perform this year, we got to start looking at Kyle Shanahan. We're gonna have to start looking at Kyle Shanahan.
The Bears.
I did not see that score.
It was
the
really
Bears.
Weird.
They lost to the Bears, bro.
Chi-Town, stand up. Chi-Town, what?
They lost to the Bears, bro.
Yeah.
What?
Justin Fields looked good.
Trey Lance, I heard he looked terrible.
Again, the weather played a big part of it, but it's the Bears. It's supposed to be a bottom 3 team this league.
What?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wow.
Also, the Colts and Texans. That was a tie game. A lot of people are looking at Matt Ryan and how he was going to be an upgrade over Carson Wentz. I know it's one game, but
I like the Texans quarterback though. I like Davis Mills.
Yeah,
I've said that. Good. I thought we should have drafted him. I think it was in the second round 2 years ago.
And the Bengals. That was a crazy game with the Steelers. The Steelers eventually won. I heard TJ Watt tore his pecs, so he might be out for the year. That's huge. That's huge. Joe Burrow, I think he had 4 interceptions. I don't know if I'm not mistaken.
He had 3 interceptions in the first half.
Oh man, it was still close. That was crazy. And
TJ Watt news though, that's crazy. Defensive player of the year.
Daniel Jones is predictably doing nothing.
Bro, tell me why the Giants.
Nothing, bro.
Evan, can you give me an answer to this? Like, why the Giants held on to Daniel Jones this long? Like, it's like they're waiting. I feel like it's like a lottery thing. Like they're waiting. Like they keep buying the lottery tickets.
There has to be something going on behind the scenes that we don't see, dog.
There got to be. Last year, CJ Stroud. That's what if they're tanking. That's the guy they should look at.
No, but I mean, if they were taking I don't know, go with like a back. Go with I don't know.
Tyrod.
Yeah, like I don't know what's going on with the Giants. I really don't. But luckily, it's good for us. I mean, I'm. Go ahead, bro.
Also, before we go, Hokies won this weekend. Commanders won this weekend. It was a great weekend. Life is good.
Life is good. Life is good. But yeah, guys, that's it for this one. I wanted to keep it, kind of short, just because I know some people will watch the replay, and I know how you guys feel.
Commanders fans, our shampoo is safe.
Trevor
can't hurt you no more, baby. You safe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With that being said, make sure you guys tune in this week of content that's coming up. Abdullah has content. Evan has content. I got content. Hopefully Noah will give you guys some fantasy content as well. And yeah, see you guys on the next couple of videos. But with that being said, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the DMVSportsZone channel. We're like to post prior content like this as much as possible. Also go follow our Twitter page at DMVSportsZone, Instagram page, all lowercase DMVSportsZone, and our TikTok at DMVSportsZone as well. With that being said, have a great rest of your Sunday, and see you on the next one. Peace.
1-0.
1-0.